So most of its features were practically still the same, but in a browser version, just more polished up with extra features as well. The game had this pixel-like design, very difficult to play, with the zombies feeling broken at times, with them getting attracted to you from no matter what behind walls or from afar, and then just never stop following you. Even if you run out of stamina, the horde will just catch up to you and just absolutely obliterate you, and it just feels so jarring to play with those, similar to DeadZone. But the difference with DeadZone is that it offers like a safe zone as well on top of it, so if you have like some important loot you want to keep safe, you can just store it in that safe zone, and all the good loot you find, so then when you play it again you can grab that loot and go back in. So it's like offering like a safety net sort of, so that you at least got some loot to fall back on, where as Apocalypse Rising, once you're dead, you've lost it all. Like the hunger, the health, the stamina, the inventory system, and I couldn't get crafting to work, but there was crafting. It's just very bare bones in terms of like how it looks with like the user interface, but it does get the job done, and it's a working point for later builds of the game to build on. In 2014, the browser version of the game was discontinued and instead moved over to Steam in the early access after being accepted from the Greenlight program, which is now defunct. The game was like the browser version, but felt a little bit more better. Like the zombies weren't as like brutal to you, I would say. Like they just weren't like latching onto you no matter what. They had a bit of AI to them, like behind walls they weren't as attracted to you, as well as it gives you like a much closer distance until they notice you. As well as I noticed that a lot more of the buildings around the map felt a lot more detailed, as towards the 2013 browser version there weren't as much detail towards buildings and how they looked. As well as the inventory had a new change in layout, as well as the UI still looking about the same, but had a lot more options towards it, expanding on what was already there. It still had some issues, like I said, zombies were still kind of broken. Like even if you get a bunch of hordes, they will follow you no matter what until the end of the earth. As well as they are still a bit janky. Like when you try and hit them, they doesn't really register sometimes, or that's just me being bad. Could be both. And they land a couple of hits in, which is fair play, but it's not as brutal as the 2013 version.